Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I'm going through how to use ChatGPT inside your insurance agency. And specifically, what I'm going to be showing you is which models, you see right here, different models, which models you should be using for what tasks inside your agency. So I want to start with lead generation. So when we're talking about lead generation, we're talking about content ideas. We're talking about social ad copy. We're talking about audience segmentation, and we're talking about campaign performance analysis. So when we're talking about these, let's start with content ideation. When we're talking about coming up with content ideas and outlines and SEO keyword clusters, this is where we typically recommend something like GPT-4 Turbo. You may see it's 4.1 in here because there have been some changes. So in here, we're looking like this is an example here of how we can use this for SEO in the 4.1. When we're talking about things like SEO, we're talking about, for your website, your Google My Business profile, getting all the technical set up and all these different things, and page speed, your local, city, and all these different things. And this is SEO kind of 101, or what we call on-page SEO, or things that are actually on your page, like you can see right here. So this is one example of how we could use that for that. Now, when we get back into something else, I said we get into audience segmentation. Then we could go in here. Something like helping me build a target audience. Now, I specifically have a target audience built for insurance agencies, and so it can give you much more detail than this fairly quickly. So if you want it, you can check in the video down below and get access to it. Here you can see the demographic profile that we've built, geographic profile, psychographic, the customer personas, all these different things for this roofing company. Look, we can use an insurance company, all these different things. And typically what we recommend is something we're doing on Trust and Grow Framework. It's a combination of They Ask You Answer, Story Brand, and all these different things. But these are just some quick examples here of what we can use on the Turbo one when we're talking about lead generation and marketing. Now, what about new business sales pipeline? When we're talking about that, we're talking about prospect research and cold outreach emails, discovery call, co-pilot, and your quote pack build, the probability to close scoring. All these different things also can be done in 3.5 and 4.0 Turbo. Underwriting and risk selection. When you're building these, and depending on the model you're building it in, we're talking about things like submission data extraction, like you're pulling data from something like Accords and SOVs. Then you could do that in GPT-4 Turbo. Or appetite. This is a big one where you're building these different GPTs and you're using certain models to understand what is the appetite of that carrier. What is it that carrier wants? What about all the underwriting guidelines? I'll get into a deeper video over the next few weeks on how we actually build our carrier underwriting GPTs to speed up the commercial submission process. But this is just an example of how you can use it for appetite and even your underwriting chat assistance. Then you can get into policy administration, like policy issuance docs, renewal comparison. And there's some cool tools like Kara, I think it's Kara.ai or IO. Look up Kara. It's kind of a phone system combined with something like Lemon.ai and Wonderlight with some different things they've got in there that's very beneficial. Mortgage clause updates. And all these things can be done where it autofills the lender details in 3.5 and 4. Then customer service, where you can have your 24/7 FAQ chatbot like we've built through 4.0, where it's a multi-modal answers with screenshots or even interactive video through something like Hagen that we're building out now. You could also have your ticket classification using 3.5 Turbo, where we're talking about where things are routed to the right people. And the claims pipeline, the first notice of loss. You could use GPT 4.0 to help with that, with the intake, voice, and image, and help really letting customers know that you're there for them in the worst time they're going through. Your damage photo analysis, you could use it for GPT 4.0. And these are just a few things. We've got a full list built on this that you can download in the video here below, giving you a full list of exactly when to use what with GPT 4.0 or 3.5 or Omni in your agency. And if you want more help trying to figure out, how do you implement AI the right way in your agency, look, you can always reach out to me, support at buildinganiche.com. I'm Chris with Artificial Intelligence for Insurance, and I hope everyone has a great day.